I wasn't going away.
Go.
First of all, please introduce yourself because that's how this is gonna start. And I'm
Okay.
gonna stop. You introduce yourself. Tell me where you're from, what you're doing. I know where you're from. You know I used to live in River Rouge.
Did you?
Yeah,
How long ago?
2001.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's a little ways away, but I mean, yeah, I know where River Rouge is. But so, my name is Shamaine McVay. I used to say also known as Rhea, but at this point, it's probably better known as Rhea. I don't think anybody calls me Shamaine anymore except my mom and my dad. So, um, yeah, you call me Red. My mom and daddy name is Shamaine. I am a former police officer, former bodybuilder, but I am a current powerlifter, current powerlifting coach, personal trainer, chef, mentor, music head. I wear a lot of hats. I think that's pretty much most of them. I would say that's the gist of it. So yeah,
When
I
did
think
you
that's.
start wearing the auntie glasses? Because the glasses are new.
Listen, so these came. I would say when I hit about 41, somebody sent me a text, and I was trying to. I was
No.
looking at
Come on
my
back. Come
phone
on.
like normal.
What do you mean hit 41? I thought I was older than you by like 8 years.
Listen, I turned 43 last month. Yes,
For real?
November 1981. Yes, sir. 43 last month.
So light black don't crack neither.
Listen,
Because
it don't crack if you take you look if you keep it moisturized, it won't crack.
what part of
Oh
Detroit you
yeah,
grew up in?
I grew up in in the red zone, literally 4205, the east side, the the hood, the hood. And I'm saying that now, but as a kid, I didn't know what the hood was. I didn't realize what the hood was. Um, Shout out to my parents for that. My parents, they did an amazing job. Not necessarily, we weren't sheltered,
Right.
but
You didn't
there
know
were
you
just
were
certain
going like
things. Yeah, there were certain things we just weren't exposed to. And my parents did the best they could to make sure that we weren't involved in certain things. So I look back at it now and I'm like, damn, we really were in the hood.
yeah.
We're in the hood. So yeah, I mean 4205, that has made the list multiple times, hence, the name Red Zone being attached with it. That's why I wanted to take that and spin it with my brand in a different kind of
Like
way.
that's why
Huh?
there's a 7 in Steven because I'm from the 718. There's a 7 in Steven because I rep it just like that. And my
Right.
stage name is 7. But my middle name being Steven, I'm like, I'm just gonna take the 7 and just throw it in there. When people ask me, it's because I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
So
see? See,
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you remember where you came from and take that and go with it. So that's what I did with Red Zone. A lot of people thought it was a football term, which it is a football term, and I'm like, no, what will football have to do with me as a bodybuilder slash powerlifter? But um, yeah, that's kind of a little play off of that.
Could you
So yeah,
take me
I
through
was.
that transition? Because and again, this is me watching you from 2014, but knowing there's a history before that. Like, take me
Mhm.
through that transition from when abs mattered. Because I remember the abs, right?
Oh yeah, me too. Hmm.
Then one day it just looked like you could whoop everybody ass. I said, hold on for a second. I said, hold on a minute.
So yeah, it's interesting because people didn't really well this of course the social media work because when I was a police officer really in the midst of my career, I wasn't posting like that. Really didn't start posting on social media until the bodybuilding thing came along. That was 2013. So prior to that, people didn't really know what my physique was like, or what my stature was like. So social media was automatically introduced to Figure Red.
Right.
So they kind of saw me already, leaning out and being lean. And most people thought that's just, how I always was. But I wasn't. I was always a little more solid. Um, Not necessarily, obviously not like I am now, but I always had a little more depth to me. I was very dense. And then cutting down for bodybuilding in 2013, again, that being what people saw. And it was cool. I loved it. And then again, learning certain things because my first time going on stage, I was 30, either 30 or 31, my very first bodybuilding competition. And you kind of get to that point where again you start learning, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't good to be lean like this very long or very often." So I did a few more shows. The biggest show that I did was the Arnold Amateur, and that was so fun, nerve-wracking but fun. And I got to a point where I said, okay, I got to figure something else out. I may come back to this, but I have to figure something else out because this isn't the best way for me to maintain my body at this point, especially at this age. So I had a friend at that time who was a powerlifting coach. And he would always tell me over the years, you're way too strong to just do bodybuilding. You should be able to show your strength. So I'm like, okay, well, what next? And he's like, well, maybe you should power lift. So I'm like, okay. That's it's a very simple story, but that's how it happened. I was like, I gotta find something different. What should I do? He's like, come to powerlifting. I'm like, okay, boom. And I started. So my last bodybuilding competition was November of 2016, and I think it was like January or February of 2017 is when I started prepping for my first powerlifting meet.